Have you ever seen it?
Have you ever seen?
Have you ever seen?
Have you ever seen?
Have you ever seen? Have you ever seen?
Have you ever seen?
Have you seen?
Hello, and welcome to Have You Ever Seen? It's a podcast, and joining us today with her best Ryan Reynolds impressions, we have Sam.
Hello, I'm Sam.
That's terrible. Sorry, I'm
That
sorry.
sounded like Batman.
I'm Ryan Reynolds.
And we have Luke.
you say best. I can't. You know what? I choked under the pressure.
I lost under pressure.
I can't even do it. I'm Ryan Reynolds. Everything's whispery and jokey.
And Rob.
You know what? It's a lot of pressure.
It is a
No,
lot
no,
of pressure.
Rob's did
Yeah.
that Ryan Reynolds film where he
The-
couldn't speak. Was it the end of Wolverine 3 or something?
Origins.
When he was
Wow,
Deadpool
that
first.
was really impressive. That was
done,
really,
Rob.
Rob, that was
Yeah,
really
there you
good.
go. Believe
Thanks,
nailed
Sam.
it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Fucking killed it. Anyway, now let's talk about what we've been watching this week. What have you been watching, Luke?
Thanks for asking.
No problem.
I finally got round to watching the extended editions of the Hobbit trilogy. I picked up the Blu-ray, and they're amazing.
Is it good,
That's why
isn't it?
no one has seen Luke in the last 7 days.
Like, it's taken a while, but it's amazing. I kind of get the feeling a lot of people who I've spoken to about the Hobbit, they really don't like it, and
I don't like it.
I don't understand.
I would love to see a de-extended version. Get it down to one nice, neat film.
Hour and a half, all three.
Hour and a half, all three, one story.
It's
Bang.
a little bit weird that people want it as one film.
I want to see
don't
the
understand.
extended version.
You'd never get it in one film. Like the original Lord of the Rings films, they're each masterpieces, but they could have each been 3 films. Easy. With the amount of content.
There's a
isn't
lot
there?
more there,
I think The
though, isn't
Hobbit
there?
works beautifully as a
But
trilogy.
they cut stuff out of Lord of the Rings, but they seem to have added so much into The Hobbit. And I don't think it's as well written.
I wouldn't mind watching the extent because I didn't like the cinematic.
Yeah,
release
you know
what?
I don't love Lord of
I
the
think they're
Rings.
fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
If the original Lord of the Rings films
Cinematic.
are sort of 10 out of 10 films for me,
Yeah.
I'd say The Hobbit are all about 9s. I
Yeah.
really think they're fantastic.
I'd say
and
the
watching the
cinematic-
extended are even really, much better.
I'd say the cinematic cuts of Lord of the Rings are around a 7, but the extended are 10. So maybe it's just a case of I need to see the extended.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
Possibly.
it's one of those things, especially with Lord of the Rings. It's like when you see director's cuts of films, usually it's sort of like, that doesn't really add to it, or it's an extra scene. But with the Lord of the Rings, it's sort of like it doesn't make sense without those scenes,
Yeah.
does it? And then you go back to theatrical, and it's sort of like, well,
Yeah, rushed.
it doesn't work without those scenes. And it's kind of the same with The Hobbit, I think.
Okay.
Really well worth a watch, and especially once you take any sort of comparisons away and just watch them all as one big sort of story. Love it. Absolutely brilliant films. Love them.
I have to give it quite a while between viewings. There's just so much content. There's like, what is the length of all three?
Each one is about 2 hours 40 to 3 hours. I think they're not that bad.
What, the extended ones?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Okay, I thought there'd be
Right,
like 3
so
and a half
watched.
each.
I watched the first and second back to back, and then watched the third one the other night. Absolute pleasure. And actually, it kind of stopped me from catching up on Game of Thrones. So I'm still.
Where are you with Game of Thrones right now?
I'm a half episode further than I was last episode because I was watching Lord of the Rings. Oh my god! When people say it was like Lord of the Rings series, it's not. It's Lord of the Rings, but boring. Game of Thrones is.
Yeah, there's a
It's-
couple of
it's boring,
seasons
Lord
that
of
are
the
dull.
Rings.
It gets better. There are some boring
Like,
seasons.
But yeah,
I found
I
myself
think the
dragging
last
through
time
a
I
few.
spoke to you guys, the red woman was splooging out some smoke from
Oh, yeah?
her foof.
Yeah.
I've literally watched 20 more minutes, so I've just seen that ghost kill. Can I do season 2 spoilers?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Screw it. Spoiler
So-
alert.
So
Fast forward about 50 seconds ahead
Yeah.
if you don't want to have
So
season
what's
2
it-
of Game of Thrones spoil for you.
What's his name? Something Baratheon.
2012?
The one who was banging
Renly.
Iron Fist.
Renly.
Yeah, Renly.
Renly Baratheon.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just saw him die, and Captain Phasma was all like, "No!"
That's one
Like-
thing that they underplay. Like they don't really go much with Melisandre. Then say how powerful she is. She just kind of drifts in and out. And
Who's that?
the Red Woman.
Just say Red Woman. I'm really struggling with the names in this.
Oh yeah, you don't need to know.
Really,
I
struggling.
didn't know any of
They
the
start
names.
I
Really
like
big
what's
time,
his
yeah.
name, who works for Is it Stannis Baratheon?
The Irish
Stannis
guy.
the Manus.
The
What's his
Onion
name?
Knight.
I don't know what his name is.
Sir Davos.
So Davos,
Davos.
the only knight.
I like Davos. I
Davos
think
is
he's
good.
cool. I like him.
Proper northern.
Yeah.
I had
He's-
some students
he's-
who
he's
loved
taken the-
Stannis. They were
Oh,
like,
he's not Irish, is he? Is he
Yeah,
Geordie?
like Yorkshire.
no,
or
he's
Yorkshire.
Irish and he plays Geordie. The actor's Irish.
For reals?
Yeah, yeah.
I knew he was Irish for some
The actor's
reason.
Irish
Yeah,
and he
but then I
plays
heard his
Geordie.
voice in my head and I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, that's Geordie.
He just does a really good
Why
Geordie,
didn't they
kind
just
of northern.
Why didn't they just let him be Irish?
There's no Irish in Game of Thrones. They're from Westeros. They're all Geordies.
Okay.
Why, man, from Westeros? Like,
Yeah.
cool, man. So that's
What's The Hobbit? Yeah.
That's a
love
Hobbit.
it, Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Cool. What about you, Sam? What you been watching?
I finally finished watching season 2 of Cobra Kai.
Wicked
Yes.
cool.
Cobra Kai.
No one says Cobra, so
With all the raving
They
about.
do. I'm sure it's in Kickboxer when they're saying Deadliest King Cobra. Or is that
Rambo.
Deadliest
Cobra,
King
King
Cobra.
Cobra, Cobra, King Cobra.
So the people from Burma say Cobra, and I
Okay.
believe in the Burmese. So
Okay.
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
It's probably the best series that's come out this year, and that includes Game of Thrones.
I think it's the best series based on what should have been a long dead 80s franchise that I never would have imagined would be good when it was revitalized, but it's so much better.
Even when
with
we
the
saw-
original
like, the
cast.
trailer came
Yeah.
out of series 1 and it looked dreadful,
yeah,
and then it ended
really
up
did.
being like the best TV show of
Yeah.
what last year was it? Last year,
Was it late the year before?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been a while between.
and then this, and I was really surprised. And then the trailer for this series looked a bit lame and cheesy,
Oh, I don't
but
know. I
it's
quite
the
like
but
this
it's
show.
the same again. It was just amazing.
I think the thing that lifts it above everything else is Johnny Lawrence.
Yeah.
His
Yeah, he's
character is
great.
wonderful. Danny's Danny. I don't think he's really gone through a huge change, but Johnny Lawrence is just evolving
Yeah.
and growing, and he's interesting and funny.
And obviously this year you've got the return of Kreese,
Crease,
who
is
doesn't seem to have aged.
no
in 35
What is his
years.
secret? He's just
I
a
don't-
little
I
bit
don't know.
chubbier,
He
and
looks
his skin
great.
looks better. He looks
Yeah.
younger in the face.
What they've done, which is really clever with Cobra Kai, which I think is why it works, is they've taken these very 2D characters from 80s films and they've fleshed them all out. They're giving you some time.
Yeah, like when
Yeah.
you look back, you actually realise that Danny shouldn't have won that fight.
Yeah. No.
Like, he won with an illegal kick.
From a certain point of view, Danny was evil. Star Wars
Yeah.
reference there, everyone.
Yeah, I
Star
love
Wars
the moment when they
reference.
look back through Johnny's lens, and Danny
Yeah.
came in, stole his girlfriend, like made him look stupid in front of his friends.
Started a fight. He punched him first on the
Yeah.
beach. Sucker punch.
Started it all.
Yeah.
Beat him in
Yeah.
the finals.
Yeah.
He did the shower thing and wet him at the party.
The
Johnny
thing,
didn't
the
do
thing
it.
where you put shampoo
Yeah.
on someone's head and they keep washing their hair,
What's that?
and then but
You
you
just
keep
sneak over and you keep putting shampoo on
You
someone's
keep
hair.
putting-
Oh, I don't know.
So
I'm
that
not-
you
Why do you
wash
think
their
Andy's
hair,
hair is looking so
and
dry
then
and voluminous
you keep
today?
putting shampoo in their hair, and they don't know that you're putting shampoo in their hair, so they keep washing their hair.
That's in the extended Hobbit. That,
Is it?
like 45 minutes of the film, yeah, is
Just Legolas. doing
like what the dwarves just keep sneaking shampoo into Legolas's hair,
And Legolas gets really
and
stressed
Legolas
out.
is like, "Oh,
yeah,
just rinse this out, boys!" Like, and they're just James Nesbitt's just there chuckling, like he just loves it. It's Balfour, and he's just, I can't do it. Good accent, but yeah.
I can really see how that fits into the to the theme of the Hobbit.
I mean, Tolkien
Yeah,
was
yeah.
really inspired by the practical joke.
Well, the
Yeah.
new documentary with Nicholas Hoult, that's like 50 minutes of
Documentary.
that.
Right now,
Biopic.
have you ever seen the film podcast by experts?
It's
Yeah.
been a long day. I've been in the
Is- you
sun
know
for a
what?
long time.
That's showing at Lighthouse.
It's meant to
this
be
week, isn't
great.
it?
It's
It is,
Neil
yeah.
Gaiman said it's his best film of like the last 5 years.
You know what? I read that yesterday because I would never ever have gone to see Tolkien. It looks self-indulgent and it looks like it's just going to have loads of obvious on the nose references to Lord of the
But
Rings.
if anyone loves Tolkien,
But-
it's Gaiman. So
Do you think there's some ego coming in there with Neil Gaiman?
Maybe.
It's a film about an author.
do you think he wants his own?
He wants a film about himself. Who would play Neil Gaiman?
Neil
Kate
Gaiman.
Blanchett
Kate.
in I'm Not There makeup.
Peter Dinklage.
You know what? I think we need to stop.
I love Peter
I want
Dinklage.
to see height blind casting.
Hype blind.
Height blind.
Hype blindness.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
cast anybody. You know.
Let tall people act.
Let tall people play dwarves. Let
Yeah,
dwarves
yeah.
play tall people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm up
Switch
for that.
Peter Dinklage
Well, like
with the
in a-
Mountain
like
for a
in a-
season of Game of Thrones.
In Avengers.
Oh yeah, Peter
Yeah,
Dinklage did
Avengers
it,
it
didn't
worked
he?
as well. Yeah, they had Peter Dinklage playing a giant, didn't they? It worked.
So we've made one step forwards
Wasn't
already.
he just a giant?
We're halfway
dwarf?
there. Now we
Yeah.
need to get some tall people to play dwarves, and we're there.
Gary Oldman did it.
Carry on with it.
What was that called
Tiptoes.
again? Tiptoes.
Tiptoes. We've never actually seen We need to watch Tiptoes.
I've watched the trailer for Tiptoes, and he
Holy
just seems to be on
cow.
his knees a lot.
Can we hunt that down and do that for an episode?
Is it Matthew McConaughey?
Gary Oldman
Is
playing
his
a
brother?
dwarf in Tiptoes.
Wicked. Sounds awesome.
I think he's a special needs dwarf as well, actually. I don't think he's...
I think Gary Oldman can play special needs pretty well. You know?
But going back to the fact that I watched Cobra Kai, we're going on a bit of a tangent
yeah.
there. It's really good. The second
Yeah.
season is just as good as the first. I wouldn't say it's better, but I think it's just as good.
Yeah, just
Because the
switch
first
out.
season was so much fun.
How amazing is Stingray?
Yes.
Stingray.
Took me a second.
Great character. In a school full of teenagers, you've got this 35-year-old fat bloke who he's
Calls
just
himself
he's
Stingray.
brilliant. Calls
Yeah,
himself
he
Stingray.
joins the Kai, doesn't he? And just
Flips the
decides
script.
to decide to go to school with them, pretty much. But
Brilliant.
yeah, if you haven't watched it already, watch Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
Available on YouTube Red.
Wicked.
I signed up for a free account
Your 3 month.
and I cancelled it.
It's expensive.
It's
very
expensive.
expensive.
There was very little content on
Unless YouTube Red want to sponsor us, then it's the best thing
It's
in the
not
world.
called YouTube Red anymore, is it? It's YouTube Premium.
Tell you what, we'll get an
Whatever it's
affiliate
called.
link for YouTube Red, and then we'll promote it, and people can click through our link to sign up to YouTube Red.
Do that, please, people.
But not yet, because we don't have an affiliate link. So hold off for now, people.
And then watch Cobra Kai.
Push
And
the
then
pause
watch
button.
Cobra Kai.
Don't do what we say. Do what you want.
Do
Think for yourself.
Don't
Just
listen to
watch
Luke.
it.
Luke's corrupted.
He's working for Google
Don't be
Play.
part of this. Don't be part of the system. Just watch what you want. Just go and stream it illegally. It's fine. We don't care. Rob, what you been watching?
Speaking of streamed illegally, this week I watched John Wick 1 and 2 in preparation for... Is it
Why
Wen-
did you stream them illegally? They're both on Amazon Prime and Netflix, surely.
I didn't even check.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even check.
I
I
watched
just...
John Wick 1. I need to watch 2. Might watch it in...
Yeah.
the back or something.
The third one comes out on Wednesday, which is going to be incredible.
Yeah, go and see
I
it.
don't think it's
Early
going
reports
to take
are
a
that it's
step
amazing.
down.
People say it's great.
Yeah. What can you say about John Wick?
Have you
Is
seen
it-
the meme where John Wick's cat gets dusted by Thanos' snap, and John Wick's like, he's just gonna go get Thanos or whatever. It's
I think
funny.
I have. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I have.
Like, who do you think will win, John Wick? Or
John Wick.
You think?
It's not, yeah, it wouldn't.
I feel like John Wick can find a way, but I don't know. I've seen Thanos turn something into spaghetti,
Yeah.
and I feel like John Wick would
John
be quite
Wick
dangerous spaghetti.
He's a man of focus, of
Pencil.
determination,
Pencil!
of sheer fucking will.
Pencil!
I will go and kill 2 men with a fucking pencil.
Pencil!
Hang on, is he the Joker? John Wick.
He's better.
No, he's
Is he
better
better
than
than
Joker.
better than the Joker.
Yeah, I watched them back
That-
to back again the other night. The action is insane.
It's so
Real
well filmed.
game changer action film.
That's what really ruined a Ryan Reynolds film for me, Deadpool 2, was because those directors felt penned in, didn't they, in that film?
Have you seen the Super Duper cut?
Is it better?
They fixed it.
Okay.
One of my main criticisms of Deadpool 2, this is jumping ahead into the main bulk of the episode,
Yeah,
everyone. But Deadpool 2, I was a bit disappointed with the action not being as good. But the Super Duper cut, they've thrown a line back in and it works.
Okay. That's
So
what
it
it
might
needs,
be
I
worth
think.
watching. Yeah. But
So
yeah, John
we
Wick.
need a super duper cut of John Wick 1 and 2 now.
Love
I think it'd be too
It'd
much.
be good if it
I
could-
want to see him time travel and go and like fight with Atomic Blonde as well.
Could do
I
like
want
a
to
John
see
Wick,
Super
Bill and
Cut,
Ted.
So it's Super Cut
mashup.
John Wick 1 and 2, so they've got the Deadpool violence. Make Deadpool more John Wick and make John Wick more Deadpool. So
John Wick
just
can be
tame it,
more violent.
entertainment, less exciting, less dangerous, less risky.
I think that
PG-13.
Yeah. This sounds awesome.
I want to see
Keanu
more films with
Reeves.
John Leguizamo in.
Yeah, he's great.
I like him.
He was great in Spawn.
He was.
All
Cool.
those years ago.
What have you been watching, Alex?
Oh, what have I? Oh,
thanks for asking,
Thanks,
everyone.
thanks for asking, Luke. I've been watching Roadhouse. I don't know why I watched it. I was trying to go to sleep, and it was on Netflix, and I just sort of like I hadn't.
Is it on Netflix?
I watched the Patrick Swayze film Once Upon a Time. It was Dirty Dancing, and it kind of put me off Patrick Swayze for a long time. But then I've seen Ghost, recently.
You're watching the wrong Patrick Swayze.
Have you
I
seen
know.
Point Break?
Point Break?
Oh, Point Break shit, man.
What?
Point Break is shit. I hate that film.
Can you unplug Alex's
No,
microphone,
I
please?
don't like Point Break. Like
Did
when
you
he
want-
lets him go
hang on,
off
hang on.
into the...
Have you seen Point Break with Keanu Reeves?
Yeah,
and
the
Patrick
Keanu Reeves one,
Swayze?
not the
Or have you
remake.
seen the remake?
No, I've seen the one with Keanu Reeves.
Because that's one of the greatest
Swayze.
films ever made.
No, it isn't. No, it
Never
isn't.
have you been more wrong.
No,
You've been
no,
extremely
no,
wrong
no,
in the past.
I'm not having.
Can we
I'm
do a
not
quick
having Point
vote?
Break.
Who thinks that Point Break is not very good?
I don't think Point Break is very good.
Who thinks it's the best film ever? Everybody else in the room?
No one's
I
saying
like-
anything. I win.
I like it.
What?
It's good. I wouldn't say it's the best film ever.
It's amazing.
Come on, guys. Watch it. Like when he
Right,
lets
listen,
Pat-
right,
he
Alex,
lets
I-
Patrick Swayze go for what, one more surf.
I could sit here and I could nod and I could say, oh, you know, you're entitled to your opinion. But you're wrong and you need to stop knocking Point Break
need to sit
because
back
it's
down.
insanely incredible.
Wind your
It's
neck
one of the
in.
greatest action films ever made. So wind your neck in
And talk
keep
about
your
Roadhouse.
daft opinions to yourself. And talk about Roadhouse.
Roadhouse is kind of weird.
It's really weird. It's very weird.
It starts off quite nicely, but then it gets all strange and weird, and he rips a man's throat out, and I didn't really know what I was
That's a good
watching
bit when he rips
anymore.
the guy's
I
throat
said,
out.
much like John Wick with its underground world of assassins,
Yeah.
Roadhouse has got this sort of underground world of professional bouncers who they're almost like gunslingers, aren't they? There's,
Ludicrously overly violent.
it's the only
Bouncers.
doorman film ever, really.
The only one that I know of. I mean, it's not something I go looking for.
Maybe that's a gap in the
Isn't there
market.
any
Maybe it's
bouncer
time for
movie
us to
coming out?
revisit.
Who was it was saying there was a bouncer movie coming out?
Jean-Claude Van Damme,
Van Damme,
told
yeah.
me there was a bouncer
He
film
told
coming
you?
out with him in it.
Hey Rob, I'm in the middle of film. It's called The Bouncer.
Put
There
it
was
on
once,
Put it on HS.
There was a barman in
He's
Pot
all
World
the promo you can
Wolverhampton
get.
once who tried to punch me in the face because I had a glass of water in my hand.
Really?
He didn't like
Why?
He didn't like the way I was standing with my glass of water. I wasn't even
Anti-H
drinking.
to her.
Oh,
And I was
wow.
like, man, I'm not even drunk. It was like, oh, no, go. Really aggressive. He was probably of the school of Roadhouse, you know,
Yeah,
went to that
yeah.
sort of training camp.
Didn't get like gold
I-
coins and sort
don't
of
know.
he had to pay people to get into like lucrative hotels.
It was my fault for being sober on a
Was it
night
Ian
out,
McShane?
drinking water, to be fair.
What it is because you're not buying alcohol, is
It-
it kind of thing?
Yeah,
So
well,
He thinks you probably, and to be honest, you look a bit homeless.
I
so-
do.
and Pop World, it's the kind of place that's always to capacity, you know. So
Yeah.
they need to get the water dossers out, don't they? Or whatever, maybe.
Should we just stop calling Luke Luke and call him Water Dosser?
Water dosser?
Yeah.
Dossing around with
Do you
his
know
glass
who
of
else- do you know
water.
who else loves water? Patrick Swayze in Point Break. It's like
He
it's
does. He's
He
drawn
loves
to
it.
it.
the
Point
seawater's
Break
running through
sucks.
his veins.
Who was the girl in that?
She was the one from Orange Is the New Black.
Yeah, she was
She aged weird.
the
Captain of the
blonde
starship.
with the kind of crazy one.
Yeah.
She kind of did that a lot. And
Can't remember her name.
What, the one who was Tank Girl?
Yeah,
Yeah, Tank Girl.
Tank Girl.
What's her name?
Because she loves water too. She's like, surfing's the source, man.
She's got that weird voice.
Alex, you're wrong.
I'm not wrong. Well,
Roadhouse is alright, but Point Break is an excellent film.
I watched it with someone else. I can't remember who it was, but
Have
I
you
remember
seen
they
the
loved
Have you
it
seen the
as well.
foot chase? And they're running on foot, and he throws
Laurie
a dog at
Petty.
him.
Laurie
Petty.
Petty.
Alex, he throws a dog at
I'm
him.
not saying there weren't good moments
Right,
in it. I'm
let's-
just saying
let-
that
Lies
as
on
a
his back
film.
and fires his gun into the air screaming. Have you not seen Hot Fuzz?
Let's go round. Okay,
Yeah.
let's rate Point Break out of 10 surfboards. So, how many surfboards, Alex?
I'd give it 4.5 shitty surfboards.
But that's still 4.5.
Yeah,
I'll give
yeah.
it 10.
10?
Give it about 9.5.
What the hell?
So, like, it's still,
So
like,
good.
even averaged out, you're wrong. Like, so,
So good, Alex.
so
It's so
be
good.
quiet.
Anyway, I watched Roadhouse. It was weird. It started off as a normal film, and then it got really weird. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but that is
It's
what
good
we've been
fun.
watching.
Hey.
Yay!
Go watch Point Break.
Yeah. No.
Beyond pleasure. Toxic chemical waste. Are back.
I swear.
By the moon and the stars in the sky.
I'll be there. Pika Pika. Today we're talking about Ryan Reynolds. With the new Pikachu film coming out, we thought, what is the best Ryan Reynolds film that we have seen? And we all know that this is a vast and large catalogue of high quality cinema that we're
Too
about
many
to
to
delve
talk
into.
about. I think we should just quit now.
Did we really think that far ahead with the Pikachu thing, or are we just like,
I think it was
are
kind
we
of
just winging it and this is
I
just
really wish that
coincidence?
Did you hear that Danny DeVito was considered to voice Pikachu?
That'd be so much
I'd
better.
rather be sitting here talking about Danny DeVito's best films.
You know they're doing that crowdfunder to reshoot the entirety of Last Jedi. Some
With Danny
crazy
DeVito?
people. I think we just do the same thing with Detective Pikachu.
Hang on, they're reshooting The Last Jedi.
There's a group of crazy people who apparently they've got something like 100 million already pledged. So if they can get 100 million pledged, they'll have 200 million. Some insane millionaire.
That was some fast maths, Sam, by the way. So I compliment you on that there. Yeah.
Nailed it.
But yeah, it's all nonsense. It's all
See,
craziness.
there's a precedent set now, though. Sonic is going back and redoing Ugly Sonic.
Fan power.
What did we all think of Sonic? The way Sonic looked?
It didn't bother me. I thought it was kind of cool. You know what I really liked? I really liked his little electronic fur things.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, yeah. I quite like them. I mean, the trailer was weird as hell. I mean,
it really is.
Gangster's Paradise.
Like fits, did it?
Yeah. what the hell were they trying to do?
Yeah.
It's like they started doing something, they just didn't embrace it. If they stuck with it.
Making that little ugly creature look like Sonic will not fix that film. It already looks terrible.
Well, yeah, like I think Sonic. I think the creature looked fine. I didn't give it, whatever, a slightly new take on what he might look like. But yeah, the film is going to be the film, regardless of what.
It looks like the Sonic version
like.
of the Mario film.
It does.
Like
I'll
that
give it that.
awful an adaptation. So
I
think
I don't know
Sonic.
if it'll be quite that bad. I think it might be watchable, but I don't see it doing anything like Detective Pikachu.
I hope they don't kill Cyclops too early though in the film.
What's that actor called? James
Marsden.
Yeah. He picks some bad roles, doesn't he? Does the occasional great one, but he picks some duffs.
Oh, what was that like teen sex comedy?
Sex
where
Drive.
Sex Drive. He was the first thing in
brilliant.
that film.
Alex, have you ever seen Sex Drive?
I've seen the uncut, more
With the
penis
boobs and
edition.
stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah,
brilliant.
yeah.
It's such a good
Oh
film.
yeah, boobs,
Like,
not penis.
We went to see it by
Drive.
accident, didn't we? Just thinking it'd be terrible.
James Marsden in that film.
He makes
is brilliant.
Yeah.
That was in the cinema for maybe 3 days. I'm so glad I was one of the 8 people who watched it in the cinema.
think we had
It was
nothing-
incredible.
We went in, nothing else was on. We'll give it a go. Incredible.
Crying with laughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
It's
that
one
was
of those
all
films that
about-
no one's ever seen, and it's incredible.
Yeah.
I've got it on Blu-ray.
Have you seen the new the new intro where it's just they're just standing next to a couple of blokes with big schlongs? Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, no, I mean, the uncut rude edition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because you put the special director's cut on, and they warn you before, and they say this film makes no sense. If you've not seen the film before, do not watch it, because all we've done is put loads of boobs and penises in it, and it'll literally just be a scene of them sitting and having a drink or something, and some guy will just come on and just do the helicopter and walk off. It's just
That's what
it's
Crank
so
kind of does, isn't it?
funny. It's really good.
Is
That
Ryan
might be a
Reynolds
future
in that
episode.
film, or is he?
It's too good to be a Ryan
I
Reynolds
think-
film. Sorry, give him the game away. We love Ryan Reynolds.
yeah.
Go on then. So
So
Alex, you're hosting, but I think you should lead the way. What would you say is Reynolds' best film? We're friends. Let's call him Ryan.
Ryan's
Ryan's
call
best
him
film.
Ryan. What's
The
Ryan's
Rydog.
best film?
Oh, dog.
Sorry, I'm thinking about penises in Sex Drive.
It's distracting.
Yeah, it's very distracting. No, I quite like.
He wears a donut suit, and it's got a little.
Dildo plug
It's
on.
got like a little. They put a little dildo on that, and it's really funny at the end. He's like, you don't wear any clothes on, but he puts that on. It's really good.
Cool. So I like.
It's kind of like a modern retelling. Have you seen John Cusack's The Sure Thing from the 80s?
Oh no, I thought you were going to say The Merchant of Venice.
No, it's very not Merchant of Venice, Sam.
Really? I think there's a lot of allusions there.
Othello.
Maybe
Yeah.
Othello.
But The Sure Thing, like John Cusack has to go on a road trip to have sex, but he realises that the girl he's with, it's Daphne Zuniga, I think, the one from Spaceballs.
Yeah.
He wants to sleep with her, not this Sure Thing that's the other side of the country. Very much like
Oh, yeah, the
in Sex
hottie.
Drive when he goes to sleep with Miss Tasty, but she's not what
Whoa, Luke.
he expects.
I think a lot of people want to watch this film. So
Yeah, spoilers.
Spoilers.
There's been a lot of
Spoiler
spoilers
alert.
in today's
Sex
episode.
Drive.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
God, we're in spoiler territory all over the place.
We are.
now.
We are.
Sorry, what?
Literally all over.
We're going to
place.
spoil some Ryan Reynolds films now for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
What's your favourite Ryan Reynolds film?
Oh shit! I don't even know. So I like Van Wilder Party Liaison.
It's a great film.
I like Just Friends.
Great film.
I like Buying the Cow.
Never heard
Never
of it.
heard of it.
Okay, so Buying the Cow, right? There's this great scene. Okay, so Ryan Reynolds is a side cow. Hear me out, because like the
Is
payoff.
he a cow?
He's not a cow.
Does he have to buy a cow?
The premise is why like this dude is like, okay, I'm gonna marry this chick, yeah, or I'm gonna search for that, that special someone, I'm gonna search for that spark of love, or whatever. And Ryan Reynolds just plays a dude who's just caning a load of vagina. Like, he's just hammering that, like, to
He's
town.
a good-looking guy, probably.
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I don't think he was that good looking,
got
you know,
Jerry
when he was younger,
O'Connell in.
you know? It's
And
good.
Alyssa Milano.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a good film.
Early days is this.
Yeah.
Pre Two Guys a Girl.
it's kind of-
2002, so
Yeah,
post.
2002.
Post Two Guys a Girl. I think, Alex, you're jumping into something that I've been thinking of.
Yeah.
Which is, are we going to rate these films based on that they're actually a good film, or that they're the most Ryan Reynolds can be?
Maybe we...
Has
I
Ryan
don't even know
Reynolds-
what you mean by that, Sam.
Has Ryan Reynolds ever done a film where he's not as Ryan Reynolds as he could be?
Buried.
He's still a little bit Ryan
He's
Reynolds.
a little bit Ryan Reynolds and a bit cheeky.
He likes to whisper in.
I don't think he's very Ryan Reynolds in Blade. I think he really tones it down.
I think
and
he's
makes it
pretty.
darker.
I think he's pretty Ryan Reynolds. Like, because Blade 3 or Trinity or whatever, it's a completely different tone to Blade 1.
Yeah,
and
it doesn't
2.
match at all.
And that's almost.
I was
all
being
that.
sarcastic. To be fair.
Okay, cool.
So I think we need to give him 2 ratings. One is it a good film, and the other one is Ryan Reynolds doing his thing.
Okay.
So are you just go? You've got to commit to the whole point of this episode is what's the best Ryan Reynolds film, surely.
Yeah.
So you've got to commit to one.
You've got
Is
to
it
choose
Buying
one
the
to watch
Cow
the
with
rest of
Jerry
your life.
O'Connell and Alyssa Milano?
Yes.
That's his best.
That's
film.
his best film.
Okay.
Buying the Cow.
Okay.
It got panned because it was very homophobic and sexist. But I think it's more of a commentary on homophobia and sexism.
It's very ahead of its time.
And it even touches on paedophilia as well, which is quite an interesting subject these days. You know, because Ryan Reynolds is butt naked. So Buying the Cow was his first superhero role. He's climbing down. He's basically, he thinks he's a slut with a guy, so he climbs down the shaft, not the guy's shaft.
The homophobia. This is.
Yeah. He climbs down the outside shaft and he's butt naked, and then this little kid in a Spider-Man jumper comes up. And he's like, "Spider-Man, it's you." And so then Ryan Reynolds, he takes the Spider-Man top off the kid, and he's like, "Yeah, I just need to borrow the costume, dude, because you know." And then so you got this topless kid, and then naked Ryan Reynolds in the street,
Naked the waist down.
yeah, and then naked, or just all naked. He wraps the top around like like
The bits that count.
yeah, the bits that count. And then the kid's dad comes out and says, "Timmy, get away from that man!" And then he hugs the naked Ryan Reynolds, and he's like, "No, Dad, he's my special friend." And like, this is the kind of like high quality standard comedy that we're dealing with in.
So if
in
Ryan
Buying
Reynolds
the
were to
Cow.
die, this is the film that they'd put on as in memoriam.
I think so. There's even a scene where he tucks his penis in between his legs, and he does an impression
Like a
of
mangina.
Buffalo, but it's like full frontal Ryan Reynolds naked.
Do you see everything?
You see, apart from his.
Now we know why you're listening so
Johnson.
high. So,
Yeah.
it's high up on the list. Speaking of which, the kind of full frontal nudity.
Mm.
Do we think Ryan Reynolds has it in his contract that he has to get shirtless in every film?
Yes.
Must do.
Did he get
off-
shirtless and buried?
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's getting hot in this coffee.
Gotta take my clothes off.
Oh, my six pack is. Oh.
What films have you guys seen? What films did you like?
Oh, you
Ryan
know what?
Reynolds
It's the same
films?
director of Buying the Cow and Van Wilder. Same director, same year. Crazy.
I've seen
Same
a topless
style.
Ryan Reynolds in Van Wilder numerous times.
Yeah, he gets shirtless. a
I think
lot,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure he takes everything off for the naked run
Yeah,
that
yeah.
he does.
Yeah.
Proper shredded in Blade Trinity. I think he got
He
down
is,
to
yeah.
like 1% body
He's got
fat or
that
something.
like overhang muscle. You know, the
Yeah.
overhang muscle, like
The V.
The dick
yeah,
V.
Yeah.
the
It just points. Yeah,
towards
yeah.
heaven.
Yeah. I sometimes I have to freeze frame it just to sort of like, you know, for my own
Yeah.
results, you know, because I got to get
No,
my own
he's-
You
results.
he's-
stand next to
You
the
know,
TV.
nothing
Yeah.
can be said about his attractiveness.
Yeah,
do you know what I
yeah.
mean? He's
I do think
a
he was
good-looking bloke.
I don't think he was that good looking when he was young, you know. I think by the time he
He's-
got to
he's-
I
Blade
think he's a
Trinity,
peacock and he's kind of.
Yeah.
In
more like
Two
an
Guys, a
ugly
Girl, and a Pizza Place, he was a little bit funny looking.
That was a
yeah,
bit
Bird.
puffy faced. He's aged well.
he's aged very well.
Look at us body shaming Ryan Reynolds.
I know.
so
Who
bad.
at his worst look better than we'll ever look in our lives.
How does he compare to a young Shatner, though, Al?
I think young Shatner's way more attractive than young Ryan Reynolds.
Like
I
I think
think,
Shatner just
Traditionally
exudes
handsome.
masculinity, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's young Shatner's like a young Sean Connery.
yeah,
It's just pure man, isn't it?
he's it's just
You're saying he's got the potential to hit a woman.
That's what Sean Connery's a bit.
Oh, I was wondering why it was called Buying the Cow, and on the DVD it's got why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free.
exactly.
Is that their little catchphrase?
It's basically the whole film. It keeps jumping back into that. Like, the main character, he's just thinking like, why would I buy the cow? if I could get the milk for free.
I'm just googling it here, and like one of the first images that's come up is a little boy hugging a naked Ryan Reynolds wearing just a towel or a spider. Oh, sorry, now we know it's a Spider-Man costume.
Yeah, so I think that was Ryan Reynolds' first superhero role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's done a few superhero roles. Like
Last night, I watched him in the film Paperman, aka Unlikely Hero, which was actually a Jeff Daniels film, which Ryan Reynolds, I think, was around the scene when they were filming it. And said,
Jeff Daniels as in directed.
No, he's starring.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is he made out of paper? Or
He's not made out of paper. He's an author. And he's got like a problem where he can see an invisible friend, which is Ryan Reynolds' Captain Excellent, who just kind of occasionally tries to give advice and he doesn't want the advice. And honestly, it's a story device that the film didn't need. I think they just did it to try and sell it.
So it's but you like Ryan Reynolds'
Yeah,
parts
Ryan Reynolds.
in the
You know,
film?
Ryan Reynolds is looking super buff in it. I think
Is he?
looks like a superhero. I don't think he was wearing any kind of bodysuit, but he looks massive. So yeah, if we're looking at Ryan Reynolds purely on looking hot,
So that's all we've done so far.
Yeah.
In the film, we just talk about how hot he is.
what he's bleach blonde haired in it,
Is
and he underplays it. It's quite nice.
He underplays the bleach blondedness.
He does.
Yeah, I hate it when people like just go all out with it. You know.
And so bleach blonde.
It's not subtle.
But no, it's a good Ryan Reynolds film because he underplays it and he acts well off Jeff Daniels.
Yeah.
Though I do think his character could not be in it and it wouldn't change the film in any way.
Wow.
Is he an imaginary friend though?
So he's not really.
He
in it.
needn't be in it though.
So-
Yeah. He needn't be in it.
So your favourite Ryan Reynolds film?
He
Is that
needn't
your
be in-
favourite Ryan Reynolds
No, it's
film?
not my favourite. It's another superhero
Yeah,
film he's
yeah.
in.
Okay.
Kind of relevant.
Yeah.
He's an odd character, Ryan Reynolds, because he's so effortlessly likable.
Yeah, he's
in
got a
real
lot of
life.
charisma.
I think that's the thing.
Loads of charisma.
His filmography, no one could argue, is like the best in the world. He's got some real great stuff in there. He's got some real stinkers, like everyone. But I don't think it's his acting ability so much that people like. It's that sort of natural charm, isn't it?
I know.
That likability.
I feel like
remember when I
Detective
first saw
Pikachu.
him,
Sorry,
man.
Alex, go on.
No, I was just going to say, I remember when I first saw him in Two Guys, a Girl and a Pizza Place, and he was just like the most mesmerising thing that I'd ever seen. It was like a sick day. I'd taken off from school and nothing was going right for me. I was feeling really down.
Did Ryan Reynolds cure your illness?
And yeah, right, as soon as Ryan Reynolds came, I was just better straight away. It was like a light was shining in my heart, you know? Like, and then I proceeded over the next few days to just watch every single episode of Two Guys, a Girl and a Pizza Place, you know?
If you're listening to this, Ryan, I don't think Blake Lively's the one for you. I think he's sitting right here.
He can stick a straw in my bum any day. I'll tell you that for nothing. Deadpool. There's this interview with Blake Lively where she's on like a Good Morning America TV program, and she mentions how Ryan Reynolds like stuck a straw in the girl's butthole and sucked out of it or whatever. The Good Morning America host.
In real life? What?
No, in Deadpool.
Did he do that?
Yeah, like in Deadpool in the sex scenes, he's one of the scenes is him just sucking out of a straw.
I don't remember that. I remember there being loads of crazy stuff, like with the calendar, the sort of the things throughout the year. But
he just puts a straw right in there and just has a taste.
Wow.
Alex watches them a lot closer, those
Is that
scenes
a
than
thing?
you do in
Yeah.
slow motion.
Like
Yeah.
if I was doing like an Easter egg video on YouTube, that would be the one thing I'd sort of like pinpoint straight away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Peak Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Highlight of his career.
Yeah. So I wonder if he does it in every film. Like we just haven't kind of.
There's a moment in
spied it
Buried
yet.
when
Yeah.
he just slides the coffin across. Hey, why did they bury me in here with this S? Let's see if I can breathe through it.
He's gonna have to start using like paper straws or something though for the environment
You know,
now.
McDonald's now do paper straws, don't they?
Metal,
they're really
aluminium.
Yeah.
They do go soggy. But the lids are still plastic, and there's quite a lot of plastic in those lids.
They expect you to take your own metal straws now.
I would just
Everywhere.
like put the drink in my
See, the
hands.
problem is that you've got quite a soggy, wet mouth, haven't you, Luke?
It's just bog mouth.
Lukey bog mouth.
Looky bog mouth. That paper straw goes in it just like. Oh, did you see the Swamp Thing teaser?
Speaking of bog mouth.
It looks pretty good, you know. Like it's like an outright horror.
Is it even
series.
happening now? I thought it had been pulled
No,
when they
no,
released
no.
it. It's
No, the teaser's really good. Sorry,
Speaking of Ryan Reynolds,
No,
Luke.
yeah, no, is he
Sorry.
No.
Speaking
Ryan
of Swamp
Reynolds.
Thing, what's your favourite Ryan Reynolds film?
Right, my favourite Ryan Reynolds film has got to be Just Friends.
It is the best one.
Like, it's easily his best role. Easily his funniest film.
He's funniest in it. He's Pete Ryan Reynolds in
Like,
it.
Pete Ryan Reynolds in it.
Anna Faris is amazing
like
in it.
talking about outdated values and things. It's ridiculously shallow. He only gets the girl after losing all his weight.
Yeah.
And getting success and that. But like
They make a riff on that, though, don't they? They kind of make a point
you've got to
of.
be who you are.
Is it
but-
Amy Smart in that?
Yeah, but you
I
shouldn't have
don't-
ended up with her.
I don't get why, because Anna Faris is way more
she-
interesting.
She's a sexy nymphomaniac. Like she's brilliant.
With
Like,
a heart
She's a
of
bit
gold.
too insane, though, isn't she?
I love Anna Faris. No.
No, think about it. Like,
she's mental.
if you
brilliant.
If you're eating chocolate though, and like you're just eating like loads of chocolate all the time, and there's just always chocolate, you might fancy like an apple. You know.
Yeah, but Amy Smart's not an apple. She's a mouldy sprout.
That's me. I'd say she's kind of like a slice of white bread, and every now and then I'll have a. You kind of want something on it, don't you?
Yeah.
I'd rather die earlier. And
Anna
eat loads of
Faris is a
chocolate.
nice bit of jam.
Yeah,
I think she's more than a nice bit of jam.
I love Anna Faris.
Yeah.
Do you think she's actually a talented actress
Anna
and great
Faris?
mother?
I think Anna Faris is like I think she's pretty awesome. Like I thought.
Yeah, she's funny.
I thought because she was in a Scary Movie.
She built a career out of kind of being not really respected, and she really
Yeah.
built it up, didn't she?
Yeah.
From there.
Yeah.
She was
Fair play, Anna
The
Faris.
House Bunny. I love.
So our favourite Ryan Reynolds film so far is Anna Faris's film Just Friends.
The House Bunny.
And House Bunny.
No, it's
Or
brilliant,
Jeff
though. I mean,
Daniels.
like,
Speaking of the House Bunny,
yeah,
Luke and I saw that at the cinema, didn't we?
yeah, we cried.
Yeah. There was a moment when
Is that the bunny from that Gordon Gekko film?
What?
Michael Douglas.
the house. There's a film called The House Bunny.
Oh, okay.
Where she plays a Playboy bunny.
I thought, oh shit, okay, no,
It's
I haven't
really
seen
good.
that. I thought you were talking about the bunny that was in the pot, or no?
Oh no,
You're thinking of,
what's it called?
Indecent Proposal.
No. Basic Instinct.
That's the one.
No, not Basic Instinct. Oh my God, why can't we stop? If you are listening to
It's
this
Glenn
for
Close,
film
isn't
knowledge, then don't watch it.
Michael
stop.
Douglas, Glenn Close.
It's bunny,
mine's
bunny,
gone
bunny,
The Bunny Boiler.
bunny
I'm
boiler.
gonna have to Google this. Talk about something else.
Anyway, Luke and I were watching The House Bunny, which
Yeah.
is a film, a really, seemingly on the surface, cheesy film about her being a house bunny for the Playboy. But she gets kicked out of the Playboy mansion, decides to go back to uni, ends up in Emma Stone's sorority house.
Yeah.
But at one point, the sorority house think that she's like done the dirty on them, so she gets kicked out of there. She goes back to the Playboy mansion. She gets
Fatal
kicked out of there.
Attraction.
Fatal Attraction. And it's so emotional, and I felt myself crying. I felt myself welling up,
Yeah.
and I thought
Yeah.
this is so awful. I looked across to Luke, thinking this is so embarrassing, and I just looked at Luke, was full of tears as well, and we were just sat there together crying in
Yeah.
the house bunny.
We're
Oh
men.
wow,
We're real men.
you are real man.
We're proud of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's got Emma Stone in. It's
Yeah.
got Rumer Willis in.
I really want to watch The House Bunny, man.
The House Bunny is
Yeah,
incredible.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, man.
Anna Faris is hilarious, and it's really good.
Yeah.
It's not as funny as Just Friends though, which
No.
is it's a tricky one. I didn't rewatch Just Friends for this.
Yeah.
Because it's a Christmas film.
Yeah.
And
It is
and
a really good film to watch over Christmas, isn't it?
yeah, and it's set when because he's a successful. I mean, if you've not seen Just Friends, one, what you're doing, but two, the plot is basically he's a fat kid at school who's picked on, and he's kind of being sort of friend zoned by his female best friend who's played by Amy Smart.
The Mouldy Sprout.
He's in love with her.
Yeah.
She doesn't see him that way, and he gets teased out of town basically, and he goes off and he becomes slim and successful and doesn't want to ever go back, and his plane has to land there one day because he's
Does it Anna Faris burn some toast or something?
she tries to microwave some like popcorn with the foil in on the microwave. So he's like a music producer, and he's escorting this crazy pop star, played by Anna Faris, who she just wants to sleep with him all the time.
She really wants to sleep with him as well.
She's-
She I think she even gives him a straw at one point.
Suck it up. Get the job done.
Well, I mean, what would you even taste if you sucked out of a straw?
Like in, maybe it's a bit
What do
like
you
Wolf
think
of
you'd
Wall Street.
taste?
where-
What do you think you would taste?
Maybe it's like Wolf of Wall Street, and he's filled it with cocaine
Sam, do
Yeah.
you have a straw for the interest of science?
for science.
Who's okay?
This is turned into Mythbusters.
I've got. We could use the spinner for this to pick a sample butt.
It's Alex.
Bang! Alex gets the straw.
But actually, it's also laying on Alex as the one to be sucked. So Alex, you've got to do it to
You're gonna
yourself.
do it yourself.
We'll get you a long straw.
Hang on. Okay, no.
Tune
Here's the
into
question.
Instagram. Some interesting live stuff coming soon.
No, here's the question. Would you rather be sucking out of the straw, or would you rather have the straw being in you?
Destroy me.
Yeah,
Me?
you.
It's not even a
Fucking
question.
on that
Yeah,
level.
this-
No, oh, yeah, no, me too, yeah.
This isn't like a human centipede sort of conversation. This is like, no, put that... The straws... Unless it was one of those giant straws that they have for like
Like a cool curly straw that goes around your eyes.
Like what they call the KFC, the KFC Crush'ems, like the giant straws you get.
Big thick ones.
Anyway, Rob, what's your favourite Ryan Reynolds film?
My favourite, not necessarily the best, but my favourite is Van Wilder, Party Liaison. Came out the same year as Buying the Cow.
It's awesome, isn't it? It is
So
awesome.
maybe that level of stupidity. It's under the National Lampoon's banner, so that really tells you a lot about the film. It's about a guy who's been in college for 7 years and hasn't graduated, and eventually his dad gets tired of
Footing the bill.
footing the bill. Yeah, so he's got to start thinking of ways to.
And he
Fund
decides
Is this
himself.
Ryan Reynolds who's...
Ryan Reynolds is a dude.
And
who's
who's
lost
his dad?
funding. His dad's the guy from Animal House, isn't he?
Tim
Yeah,
Matheson.
Yeah.
Nice little throwback to both. They're
Yeah,
both
yeah.
National Lampoon movies, aren't they?
Yeah.
And as the film goes on, Tara Reid plays a college journalist who's tasked to write a story
I
about
think
Van
that, is
Wilder.
that two mouldy sprouts in two films?
Yeah,
Is that,
she's a
is
bit
that-
of
Tara Reid, Amy Smart,
Yeah.
like all this sort of...
I think
called American
Tara-
Pie crew.
Tara Reid becomes more of a mouldy sprout as her career goes on, I think.
But she
Have you seen Sharknado? She's great. She's got loads of
Oh, I
charisma.
just-
At times, it almost seemed like she'd read the script.
She'll,
What was going on?
she'll do any work now. Like,
I mean, would
She
you want
wasn't
to
taking
marry her
coke
though? Is
during
she
the
marriage
film.
material for you?
Don't even think she's really alive. I don't know what's happened to her. Honestly, watch her in Sharknado. She's
Like a puppet.
barely there.
Oh my god!
It's like they must have literally dragged her onto set, propped her up against something, and just moved her lips and had someone dub over her voice.
She seems so smart in Van Wilder.
Yeah,
Liaison.
I guess she's had a. I know. I imagine she had quite a tough
Maybe she's
life.
just
Seems
that
like
good
things
at
have been quite
acting.
tough.
Yeah, maybe she is. Like,
Yeah, maybe she's very good at acting. How difficult it would be to be in a Sharknado. I mean,
Yeah.
you'd probably be a little bit kind of vacant.
well,
And she acted really well.
there's a new film coming out. I saw it advertised the other day. Clownado. I can't even say it. Clownado.
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 A clown tornado.
Is it a clownado or a clownado?
Clownado.
Do you have to have a little pause in there? Clownado?
Cobra.
Cobra Kai.
Cobranado.
Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai. Yeah. I find it really interesting. None of us have picked like what probably is his best film, which is Deadpool.
you know, with for me with Deadpool, like it's a cool film and it works and it's it's really watchable, but it just doesn't have that same. That je ne sais quoi,
As
that,
buying the cow.
As buying the cow, People buying the cow, Van Wilder. I think, like, when you come into Ryan Reynolds at the time that I did, and probably you guys did, he was making the same films, wasn't he?
Look at Alex being like a Ryan Reynolds hipster.
No,
like I was watching his things way before anyone else.
I was watching his things way before. Well, no, you got Buying the Cow, you got Just Friends, you got Van Wilder. They're all like the same kind of film, romantic comedy,
R-rated, raunchy comedies.
Exactly.
Because he did
Ryan Reynolds
like
being
Waiting as well.
Yeah.
I like Waiting. I think it's
Oh,
underrated.
it's not. Waiting is rubbish.
I watched that scene where they like stick the steak down their pants or whatever.
Yeah, it
like,
makes you not want to
oh
eat
my
at
God.
restaurants ever again.
Yeah.
Bat wings.
But
Yeah.
but there was just something
penis
missing
showing
from
games, quite
Deadpool
funny.
for me. It wasn't necessarily a Ryan Reynolds film. It was like a superhero film, whereas all the other.
I don't think
films are
Deadpool's a perfect film, but
Yeah,
I
I like
just
it.
think
Like, it's a
we
good
live in an
film.
age where we've got a film we've got an R-rated film. It is actually funny.
Yeah.
It's got some really gory action scenes. That opening scene on the highway, it's a great film. I think.
So I
Deadpool-
do recommend the super duper cut of 2
2.
as well because it fixed a lot of my
Has
criticisms.
anybody seen Once Upon a Christmas?
Once Upon a
Deadpool?
Deadpool?
No.
No.
The
Apparently, it's really
PG
funny.
PG.
I think
13 cut.
I was all Deadpooled out after the second
Yeah,
one.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think
I need a break.
I like Ryan Reynolds a lot, but I think he's a lot to take.
But isn't it funny how all the films we've mentioned, like Sam with Paperman, you with
I'm
Just
not
Friends,
holding that up as his best film, by the way.
me with Van Wilder, we've all gone on to say that someone else overshadowed Ryan Reynolds in each film.
Ooh,
Jeff
astute
Daniels,
observation.
Anna Faris. And in Van Wilder, I think the best thing about the film is Cal Penn
Yeah, Cal Penn, who's desperate
as
to lose
Taj
his virginity.
Mahal.
Who was in Harold and Kumar.
Who was in Harold and
Boom,
Kumar.
surprise, this is a Harold and Kumar episode. This is the best film ever made.
Who also
Kumar
went
is
on
probably a
to
better comedy than any Ryan Reynolds film.
went on to work
Ryan
for
Reynolds is
Ryan
Obama.
Reynolds is in it, and like, so it's the best. That's probably the best Ryan Reynolds comedy.
You say he was in the sequel to... There was a sequel to Van Wilder with Cal Penn in.
If there is, I haven't seen it.
There is a sequel, but it's like it's boot room kind of stuff in it. I think I don't think
Room.
you know, like all the actors.
Like bootleg.
I
Like
thought
people
he
who
was in it. I
filmed
thought Cal Penn
knowing.
was in it.
He might be in it. I know Ryan Reynolds. Well, I haven't watched it. I wasn't
What's
interested.
boot room? I've never heard that.
I don't know
phrase.
what that means.
It's like, you know, just the shit in the back. You know, like
Like a bootleg.
like
like they
no,
filmed
not
it-
an illegal. No.
Someone was acting out the film and they filmed it without them knowing.
National Lampoon's
Was there a
Van
National
Wilder,
Lampoon
The Rise
Van
of
Wilder
Taj.
2 stage show
Taj.
going on?
It's got 7%.
This is where you put all your spare shit. You know, they got
I've
some
never
spare
heard that
actors,
phrase.
man.
It's a boot room
It's
movie.
a boot room movie.
7% Rotten Tomatoes. Van Wilder, The Rise of Taj.
Taj Mahal.
Is it still Cal Penn?
Yes, Cal Penn. And there's a Van Wilder 3, freshman year, starring
Is it the guy you used to do?
It's all entirely acted by Tara
nobody,
Reid. She plays every role.
starring literally no one you've heard of.
That's
She
definitely
does a Mercy
boot
Professor
room
3,
comedy.
Mercy Professor 2, The Clumps.
Do you think when Cal Penn went to his interview to work for President Obama, like he used some of these
Yeah.
as
Have you
references?
seen Harold and Kumar? Have you seen Van Wilder
I've
2?
seen it. I really
Have you
like
seen
it.
the scene where he jerks on his face, like in Harold and Kumar? Is it Harold and Kumar too? He jerks all over his face, like it's like the first scene,
It's crazy that he worked in the White House, isn't it?
Yeah.
After the films he made.
and like you actually see it.
And yet
go on
James
his
Gunn
face.
can't work for Disney because he made some mean tweets.
Semen
Oh,
on his
yeah,
face.
He jerked off a dog, filled a donut with the semen, and
fed it to people.
And fed it to people.
I know. Oh.
What do people think of Ryan Reynolds' serious roles like The Nines and Buried? I quite like The Nines.
The Nines was a good film.
I think it's actually a decent
but I
film.
haven't seen it for a long time.
I did see the tail end once of, is it Voices? The Voices?
It's all right.
Yeah.
I
I
thought that
watched
was
it
quite
again. I started
interesting.
watching it again the other day. I couldn't watch it because I'd seen it before. And
I didn't
once
like
you kind of know the
Buried.
conceit, it's not worth it.
Buried
Buried's
I
almost
could have walked
unwatchable.
out of. I didn't like that.
I like Buried.
Buried
man.
is rubbish,
It's better
no.
than Point Break.
Stop recording now, Sam.
No. I
We
like
just
Buried.
disband this
What,
podcast.
what was the point of Buried? It was to make you really uncomfortable, and like I went to
I
bed.
didn't feel that.
I did, man. Like I went to bed and I woke up thinking I was in a coffin. I couldn't sleep that night. I was like so stressed out. So for me, that film.
I struggled to sleep that
worked.
night, but it's because I'd slept so much in that film
Yeah. Oh.
because it was so boring.
Oh snap.
All I remember from that film is looking around the cinema sort of itself
And
sort
seeing
of-
people
I was,
leave.
I was literally counting the lights and looking at the seats, and I was so bored.
I remember seeing people walk out and seeing phones come out.
Okay. You guys are wrong. You guys are wrong. And we're gonna have a rating now, and we're gonna prove me right. So I give
This is gonna
Buried.
backfire.
I give Buried 10 out of 10. So Rob,
You give it
Rob?
10 shoddily made.
I didn't hate it. I'd only give it about a 6 though.
And I
So
give
that's a
and I
6?
give it a 0. And Sam,
I'll give it a 4, so I'm being generous.
right,
That's
so,
20?
So Point Break wins.
No.
Point Break's got double.
that's
Point
20.
Break was like 35.
Nah,
It is
30,
20.
34 and a half.
30, yeah, 33
No,
and a half, isn't
33
it?
and a half.
Well, so Point Break wins.
No,
Point
20.
Break's a much better film.
So Point Break's way better.
No,
so
'cause-
we've just proved it.
But that's like saying Usain Bolt just ran this 100 meters in 9 seconds.
No.
But 20 seconds.
No,
I was
30.
there. I was running.
It's
as
30,
fast as I could.
It's 33 and a half, so it's not even. It's an odd number, and it's not even a whole number either. So it's like it's just in a void
That's
or
not how
something.
numbers work. Alex. It's still higher.
Sam, I'm an accountant. Okay,
It's not, it's not
I know
about
how
how high it
numbers
is.
work.
It's about how nice the
So
number
Alex's,
is.
Alex's accounting is, you could have 10,000, but you can have 15,000, but let's call it 10 because it's a lovely number.
It's an odd number.
Exactly.
You don't want 15?
Exactly. 14.
Oh, it's
also. But no. Okay. Cool. Whatevs, man. I like Buried.
What do we think of Ryan Reynolds' serious films?
Don't like him.
No,
I don't
no,
think I've
it's-
seen enough.
No, I prefer his comedy.
I think he's better at comedy.
Even
Like-
Blade Trinity, like I really like Blade Trinity.
Oh, you
like,
don't.
That's a comedy, though. That's
No,
not
I
a
don't. I
horror
don't
film.
like it.
It's
Like
an
it's not.
awful film.
It's not good. But the bits with Ryan Reynolds in are funny. Like it is funny. It's funny.
It's
I don't
not
like
funny,
it.
Tom. Has anyone seen the new
I like
What We
his
Do in the
beard.
Shadows?
It is a cool
That's
beard.
about it.
It is
I like,
a cool
I like
beard.
his beard.
Have you guys heard about What We Do in the Shadows latest episode?
I watched it.
Is it good?
Right.
Which
okay.
one's the latest episode?
The trial.
Got Wesley in it.
Have you seen it? So,
No.
And Tilda
I
Swinton.
have been watching this new
I think
What
I'm
We
one
Do in the
behind.
I'm
Shadows
about 3
series,
episodes in. I quite like it.
and I don't like it.
It's all right.
I'm sticking with it, but it is not the film.
Let's
It's
do a
not-
vote right now. That's the only point you can-
Let's do a vote. Like, and this newest one's
all
got a
right.
load of
It's all
cameos in, but it just the magic's not there. It's not
Yeah.
the same as the film, and I feel
Hmm.
bad because I know Taika Waititi's behind it and Jermaine Clement's behind it.
They
They're
both
actually
directed,
behind
directed
it,
that episode, didn't they, as well?
but it's not the same. I don't think those three are as likable or
I'm
interesting.
actually enjoying it, but it's nowhere near
It's got
as
Matt
good as a
Berry in
film.
as well. Matt
Yeah,
Berry.
he's great. I'm enjoying it.
It's
My
alright.
favourite
It's
thing
alright.
with him is when he just turns into a bat.
Bat!
He just turns
It's
into a
alright. I
bat.
quite like it. I find
Yeah.
I'm not watching it like. I honestly think I might have seen What We Do in the Shadows more than any other film,
Yeah,
even more
I'm
than
thinking
Ghostbusters.
that.
I think I've watched it more times because literally I put it on maybe once every 4 weeks on average, probably.
It's highly rewatchable.
Because it's so rewatchable. If I need something, I'm putting that on. I can wash up. I'm putting that on. I'm in the bath. You know
What are you putting on when you're in the bath?
What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, okay.
Vampire
I usually put on
documentary.
like a shower cap,
No,
even
no.
though I'm not having a shower, like just in case.
Just for the look.
You're just doing a poo.
Hang on, you wear a shower cap in the bath?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't wear it in the living
He's
room.
really paranoid that someone's going to keep putting shampoo on his hair when he's washing.
It took me so long
I
to
also
look
use
up
a
that
butt
tube.
plug just in case someone comes in with a straw.
Are you guys going to go watch Pikachu?
I think I will. I think my wife will love it, so I think we'll go. I actually might take her. We need a date night, having the baby and everything.
I do want to watch it, but I think it's one that I can just wait.
Yeah, I
Wait
think
for the-
it might be a wait for Sky Movies kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Honestly, I couldn't imagine a world where Ryan Reynolds playing Pikachu works, but having watched the trailer,
Looks
kind
alright.
of works for me.
I don't think it looks like it's gonna be like a unforgettable, unmissable film, but it
Yeah.
looks like it'll be a nice little breath cleanser.
I mean,
after
when I heard the film
palate
was being
cleanser
made,
after-
I had zero interest.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
seeing the
Thanos.
trailer was genius.
I'm really looking
Yeah.
forward
That'd
to
be really
the
funny.
to the part in the movie where Pikachu grabs a straw. Like, I'm gonna look out for that scene.
Did you see Ryan Reynolds had leaked the movie?
that was clever.
Did he?
Yeah, he leaked the movie. It was an hour and a half of just Pikachu dancing.
The way he leaked it, he tweeted a link to a YouTube video saying, Warner Brothers, do you want to get on this kind of thing? And it was like a link to full movie.
Yeah.
And it started out as if it was the real movie, like slightly shonky pirate. It even said Ryan Reynolds copy, like
Yeah.
white, watermark to the top. And then it just cut and it was just Pikachu dancing away for 102 minutes.
And if you watch closely, and if you're really sad, do you know the 80s sort of the gymnastics competition?
He does a bit of that.
It's that. If
Oh,
you
the
watch the
whole
dance
thing.
memes, they are all from
The Key and Peele episodes.
the National Aerobics Championship. Like every little move is I recognise because I watched that video quite a lot.
I think Key and Peele did it better. They did such a good job.
Yeah, Kim. That
Have you
Kim
seen that
Peele
episode of
sketch
Key
is
and Peele?
genius.
No.
Google Key and Peele. Is it just called Dance Off or something?
Yeah, no, aerobics.
Aerobics, yeah. It's great.
Yeah, we can.
So, yeah, best Ryan Reynolds film. What have we voted for then? Have we picked
So,
one?
Just Friends is
Just
the best
Friends.
So
Van Wilder's my pick.
2 Just Friends, Van Wilder. So Just Friends wins. Milk
one.
in the
Oh,
Cow.
you know what? I'm gonna change my vote.
Don't
right,
have a cow?
the best Ryan Reynolds film is Point Break.
ah
Go and watch it.
no!
Stop
watch
recording, stop recording now.
Watch buying the cow. Watch buying the cow.
You're invited to my party.
Find out how good you are.
Eat one lousy foot, they call you a cannibal.
And that was the Ryan Reynolds film podcast episode. Yay!
It was a really good episode, Alex. I really liked it.
Thanks, Ryan. So now we need to decide what we're going to do next time on the next podcast episode. So we're going to spin.
Spinner!
Oh,
I just went for it.
that's cool, dude.
going.
Dude, that's cool.
Oh, so we've got who is the best movie villain?
Ooh. Who wants to take points on this
Discussion
one?
point.
I think the biggest villain in this podcast is probably Rob. He's the least
most
liked.
villainous
It's the
character.
beard, isn't it?
He's the least liked. You remind me a little bit of
And the shifty eyes.
Alan Rickman.
I walked into your sitting room earlier
Die
and your
Hard.
baby cried at me.
Yeah, I heard about this. My baby was crying when it saw your
So
face.
I'll take point on villain because I make babies cry.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, there we go.
I
Sounds
could
great.
imagine you being in Hostel.
I've been in hostel.
Oh, shit. Okay, cool. So anyway, thanks for listening to the podcast episode. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, like our Facebook page. We're on YouTube as well. You can...
At
watch
HS
our-
Movies.
At HS Movies. Thank you very much for listening.
Give us a rating on iTunes.
Give us a rating.
Only if it's 5.
A 5-star rating.
Five-star.
Send us some money.
If you give us a 5-star rating
Don't
and
think
a
we're allowed to
comment,
ask for money.
we might even read your comment out on the podcast. So
And give you no money. We won't give you
won't.
money.
Oh, Luke won't read it. Luke
I can't be bought
Luke can't read.
Luke can't be bought. Thank
or
you.
read.
Thank you for listening.
See you next time.